Theo, we got a different look on the attack last week when Ola came in, giving you guys a number 9. Did you enjoy being able to work off that kind of approach?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Ola's a very good player who brings a lot of experience to the team, to the group. He's been in a lot of places, a lot of clubs, and what he can bring to us is great, and we can see that in training as well. So it's great to have a player like that, of that caliber, joining us.
Is it just a question now of getting used to what he likes and what you like, so to speak, meshing them together?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now it's about building a connection together, building a chemistry, and being on the same wavelength. Obviously, we're a fairly new group, and there's been some new faces coming in, and it's about combining that all together and getting the best out of each other.
What are you expecting from Cincinnati on the weekend? Because obviously a talented team with a lot of marquee players.
Yeah, no, we're expecting a very tough game against a very good MLS side. We know they have some very good players, some decorated players as well in the team, and again, it's an away game, so these are never easy. But we're going to go in there with a good attitude and hopefully give them a very good test and get a good result out of it.
What's it been like playing with Oso? Because obviously, I don't know, did you ever share the pitch with him with the national team?
Yeah. No, we had a couple camps together, me and Oso, and honestly, it's a pleasure, playing with him and being around the change room with him. He's very experienced and he's such a well-respected figure here at the club. So, for me to be around someone like him, and also very experienced in the national team too. He has a ton of games. I have a good relationship with him, and we're trying to work on making things better at the moment and getting our connection up and finding solutions in the attack.
Unfortunately, you can't change the weather, so it's been tough here recently having to be inside and the cold. What's it been like, and is it just something you kind of got to grin and bear up here?
Yeah, I'm used to it. I'm Canadian. I've been used to this weather. I grew up in these winters, so I mean it is what it is. We just have to get on with it. But I mean the MLS brings the beauty of traveling and being in different places. We were in Orlando the other week, so can catch a little tan for a couple days, and no, it's good. It's something we just need to get on with. That's what it is.
It's been early days yet, but compared to the travel in Europe, what has this been like?
Hectic. Really, really crazy. Yeah, MLS, they warned me before. I spoke to some teammates who also played in the league before, but honestly, I think it's even more than what I've been told. I mean, it really takes a toll on you, and it is a lot of traveling. But it's very enjoyable as well. You being in different places, and it's a blessing to have this opportunity.
The club has made a conscious effort this season to get a little bit younger, bring in some sort of younger blood. Obviously, you've benefited from this because you're 22, 23?
22.
Yeah, so, but you benefiting it aside, I mean, what do you think of the club sort of taking this approach? Obviously not going completely young, you do have to have some sort of experienced veterans in, but of, bringing key players, young players in key positions, whether it's yourself or Marcus, who is still a teenager and starting in MLS. Just wondered if you had thoughts on that.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you look around the world as well, all the big major clubs have that, and it's starting to become more and more of a trend. If you're old enough, if you're old enough, you're good enough. So I mean, Lamine Yamal, for example, age isn't a factor. So I think if you're good enough, you can definitely play. And I really like this because it provides a pathway, for young players and something that they can, look up to and say, look, I had a teammate I played with in the academy a year ago, and now he's starting for the first team. So I think it's an amazing new thing, and I think if the club can continue doing this, it'll only benefit everybody.
You've had a couple of weeks now. Has anything surprised you apart from the travel about the league?
Well, being back in Toronto is very nice. I mean, coming back to these facilities and training and being around the group. Honestly, not much of a surprise. Like you said, the travel's a big thing. But it's kind of what I was expecting beforehand. But so far, it's been enjoyable. Just hopefully, we can gel as a group, and I can finally, kick on a personal level and show what I can really do.
What have you seen from this group through these first two games? I thought the attacking performance in DC was really strong, maybe a little bit less so in Orlando. But what are you seeing that you like?
That I like.
That you like?
Yeah, I think there's obviously loads of ability in the team, and there's a lot to like. Obviously, like you mentioned, DC was there. It was definitely more positive on an attacking note. But obviously, like I previously mentioned, it's a new group, and these things really take time. I know, that's always said. I don't want to repeat what other people say, but it really does take time, and you need to understand the individuals you play with. So I think there's a lot to take, from an attacking point of view. And for me, on a personal level, I want to learn from these guys, these big players that we have in the attacking positions, like Fede, like Oso, these experienced players, and hopefully, we can really kick on now.
What does that time look like? Are you guys in the cafeteria drawing it out on napkins? You have boards out. What does it look like building those relationships?
I think it's just spending time with those people, getting to know them on a personal level, on a professional level, analysis, speaking with the coaches, just being in the loop, being involved, being engaged with everybody. I think that's what it looks like. And this, there isn't a set time exactly, but it's when it all sort of kind of clicks, and I think that'll be visible on the television, or if you come to the fields or whatever. I think that'll just be able to be seen. I think it's a natural thing, that just comes.
You've worked with a few coaches in your time. Well, what's your take on working under Robin? I mean, obviously his on-field resume is well known, and he's possibly the world's nicest man. How have you found working under him? Yes,
like you said, very, very nice guy, and also, his ideas and the way he wants to implement them is it's remarkable. I mean, he's obviously new here as well, so we're taking to his ideas, and we're trying to put them into practice. But so far, it's been a very positive experience with him, and I had teammates in the past who worked under him, and they had very positive things to say. So I'm just letting the time go on, and hopefully our connection can become much stronger as well.